What's up, everybody? I got my boy Tuan here with me. How you doing, brother?
Very good, thank you.
He just came down from Ottawa. If you guys aren't familiar with Canada, Ottawa is about, what is it, 4 or 5 hours away?
Yeah, about 4 hours away.
So he trekked here just for you to do a video. Now, I don't want to do any injustice to Tuan's story and any injustice to introducing Tuan, so I will let Tuan himself introduce himself.
Wow, so thank you, Ameer, for this opportunity. What's up, everyone? So I guess I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm assuming most of you guys and girls out there want to be an entrepreneur. But I have a different story into entrepreneurship. I just started volunteering at one point, and I came to Canada like 41 years ago. That's right, I'm 41. The Asians stay young until they're 80 apparently. They flip. But then, it's amazing when you start remembering who helped you, when you come here, or anything you do in life, you remember who helps you, right? And so I've always been reminded who's helped me come to this country, and so I always give them back. What I didn't realize is that when you start spending time and figuring out how to optimize ways to give back, how to optimize your volunteer hours to make more money for charities with a little time. So for example, I say, well, I volunteer 10 hours a week and I'm raising like $2,000 a month. And so how do I raise $4,000 a month with the same 10 hours, right? And so that process led me to raising $1 million by 25 years old. And I was just an accountant, guys. For all you guys there, I started as an accountant, had a regular job.
Just repeat that again when you said how much you just raised.
So yeah, I basically raised $1 million by 25 years old.
That's big. You guys don't understand about raising. You guys don't see me in the camera. I'm just behind it right now. But raising any money in general is hard.
Yes.
Might as well raising $1 million.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So it was a lot of work. I had probably like 300-400 friends across 10 different events, and it just totaled $1 million. Someone put me on the news, this man named Max Keeping, who's passed away, but he's an amazing guy, and that feature changed my life completely. And so people invited me to golf tournaments and like dinners, and I never held a golf club in my life at the time. But then it's when I realized that, in the world of charity, when you're delivering that much value to community, the big dogs actually pay attention to you. And these guys recognized me. They saw me with something that I didn't know myself. And that's why, I'm very fortunate, because I never set out to be an entrepreneur early. I thought I needed 20 years experience to actually start a business. But then I had great mentors, which is one of the biggest keys to success in my opinion, is having great mentors. I had great mentors who pulled me in and says, yo man, you got something special. You just got to believe in yourself. And so that's like a long story short. And when I look back at my volunteerism, it's like an MBA. I realize now that I help my friends make goals, like what do you want to be better at? Strategic planning, web design, whatever skill you actually want to improve, even dancing, because I love dancing, I love music, right? I'm not the greatest dancer, but I love it, right? But even that, I incorporate charitable events. I can test my skills, develop my skills. And I have tons of examples where I have friends who volunteered, and because of the skills they developed in volunteerism, they're now freaking superstars in business. And that's my story.
Let's talk about the $1 million you raised. Can we break that down apart?
Yeah, so there were 10 events, and each event raised basically about $100,000. And they all leverage off the same, I just look at you guys here, they all leverage the same strategy, which is my sponsorship package. So I'll make the numbers simple, and maybe post-production could put the numbers on the side of my head, maybe, I don't know, right? But imagine having a package that had $1,000 for gold, $750 for silver, and $500 for bronze. And I calculated an event, for example, that the cost of doing the event, $50 per head. So you ready for this? $500, you get one ticket. And if a ticket costs you $50, then your profit margin is $450 for bronze. Then $750, you get 3 tickets. That means each ticket is bringing you $250. So your profit margin per head is $200. And then $1,000, you get 6 tickets. If you do down the per ticket profit, it's $125. Most fundraisers go out there and say, yo man, I'm gonna sell gold sponsorship, because it's like as if you're the hottest shit selling gold sponsorship. But if you're smart and you look at the sponsor package, it's the bronze that's gonna deliver the most money. So I go out there and I say, yo, why don't you sponsor me $1,000 bucks? I don't have the money. So fine, let's do bronze, $500 bucks. So then I have a table of 10 people at bronze, and 10 people gives me $450 per person, which means $4,500 per table. I do a 50-person table, that's $225,000 in one fundraiser, just by focusing on bronze sponsorship. You guys feeling me here? But of course, I'm not selling everything in bronze. So what I do is, some people don't want to do bronze even. So I'm like, why don't I throw in an extra ticket for you so you can bring in a friend? They're like, oh, sure. So I've cut that in half, and now you have your $225,000 in fundraising in all bronze. It's now cut in half, and each event averages 125 grand. I'll give you one more example. We got time for one more example?
Of course.
So one more example is these, maybe two more examples, because they're really quick. The first one was golf tournaments. Any guys try to do golf tournaments? So what I learned was that these people spent a year organizing golf tournament. How much did they make? 20 grand, maybe 30. And cost of labor, everything, all other shit, you make no money. Charity loses money doing this. So I'm like, no way, it's impossible. So I went to a golf course and I had an idea. Give me 15 driving range slots. I'm gonna get 15 executive CEOs who love to golf, and we're gonna give each of them a chance to teach at-risk youth how to swing a club. 15 minutes with an executive CEO to learn how to swing a club. 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, in 1 hour, they each get to work directly with 3 children who are at risk across 15 slots. Each CEO pays $2,000 to get involved with this. So in one shot, 3 weeks of organizing this, 15 slots, 2,000, that's $30,000. Where do you get more money? Executive recruiting company. Yo, I'm bringing 15 top CEOs in here. Why don't you give me $10,000 to be present in this event? So I started figuring out who is really important to this group, and we got sponsored dollars, and in 3 weeks, we raised $65,000. Like, that's the art of fundraising. It's running your fundraiser like a business and creating the value, seeing who's out there, and then connecting and making sure everybody wins. That's how I do it.
Quick question before we wrap it up. Some people may be curious is, how did you get in contact with all these CEOs?
So the truth is, at that time, I already started fundraising, but my very first fundraiser was a dance-inspired fashion show for charity, right? And for Children's Hospital. And it was all done by business students. I was just 21 years old, right? That raised $75,000. And did I know the partners at KPMG? Did I know the partners at other firms? I didn't know any of these people, but I seriously went hard and sold. And it was hustling. The truth is I hustled, right? But I had the right message. I gave them a message saying, I believe that what I do will ensure that the future of our business community will be smart, brilliant, and responsible. And these are all business students in this group, and if you become part of this, you inspire that. And so they love the message. They love the fact that these kids are having fun and they're fundraising, they're leveraging business skills, and I showed them the business model of how the event was going to raise more money than a regular event they go to, the regular business events they go to. So when they saw how I was making money, they were blown away. I even told them, sponsor me at this level, I make more money. I told them straight up.
That's awesome.
And they loved it. They were like, this is brilliant, this is smart. Right, so it starts with the hustle. And I remember even going to Subway and there's a fishbowl of business cards. I freaking took all those business cards, went home, picked out the people that sounded like they had influence, went to reach all of them, and then the next day just put the business cards back.
And now it's even easier these days. You got AngelList, linked. Like, it's a joke how easy it is.
It's so much easier to find people. But back in the day, I hustled, right? And it's all the numbers, but I didn't give up. And I figured out how to do better and better. If I could give you guys one advice how to start, I say, if you're gonna go for Royal Bank and all these big guys that you really want to secure, don't go to them yet. Find 10 people you know who's gonna say no to you for sure, but you don't care too much about, and hit them up first. I hit the people who I don't care as much, and I use them as a way to gain experience, because they're gonna test me, they're gonna say no to me, and I lose my first 10 pitches, but it's okay. At least I didn't lose the Royal Bank pitch. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
Awesome. All right, Tuan, if people want to get a hold of you, what's the best way to contact you?
So you can hit me up at Tuan, Tuan, at dudebuddha.com, DUDEBUDDHA.com. You can hit me up on Facebook. It's /Mr. Health Genie. But Facebook is the best. Like, hit me up on Facebook and I'll connect with you guys, all right?
Fantastic. All right, Tuan, thank you so much, brother. Guys, I'm going to leave a link below the video, and check out Tuan, man. He is a rock star.
Thanks.
Peace.
Peace.